You can't always get what you want. You know what I'm saying? But you get what you need. And that's my word to you guys. Because, listen, guys, you guys who are Cleveland fans, you guys who are Cleveland fans really wanted Cleveland to win and was pissed off that they lost. Y'all need to fall back and just like woosah or something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that because, in the words of the Joker, Heath Ledger, the best Joker there ever was, it's all in the plan. And it just was not planned out for you guys to win this season. Now, next season, yeah, but here we got this whole mix up between Butler and Paul George. Now, you guys gotta, I tell you guys all the time to follow the money. Look at what look, follow the money. Look at what these players are saying and look at how they're saying it. I mean, if you're going to be that deep into the NBA, and you're going to, don't just be a fan of a player. Like, be a fan be a fan of the game. Like, what I'm saying is, have that much passion to know what you're looking at and understand what the system is doing to and for you. That's all I'm saying. Like, this fly is a fan of my hat. Be a fan of a system. Have that much passion to look into it. Don't just be like, I just like this player. No, but look at the whys and wherefores. And when we're talking about Butler and the Bulls, for one, you guys was trying to differentiate between Butler and Paul George from Indiana. And one of you said, well, uh, Butler is better than Paul George. But it has nothing to do with who's better when it comes to Cleveland. Now, listen, the whole play is set up so Cleveland can win this year. Okay? Focus on that. That's what it's set up to do. Another thing, stop all this nonsense about LeBron leaving. He's not going anywhere. And he can get out that contract like anybody else can. LeBron ain't going nowhere until next year. So let's just put the brakes on that. I'm just saying, guys, deal with me in reality. Not unless we are just being, not unless we're just gonna just throw some stuff out there. Now, I don't mind throwing stuff out there. I don't mind hyperbole because it makes it fun. And then you get all these comments of different opinions of what ifs, and that's cool. But the problem with that is when you guys get upset about it, when you start putting in that extra spirit that's just shouldn't even be there. I don't get upset about it. It's just hyperbole. You guys have passion for Cleveland. So when you speaking in hyperbole with Cleveland, you're gonna have somebody flex on you like, yo, so and so this, so and so that. It's just we was just speaking in hyperbole and conjecture. We wasn't speaking in all our facts. Facts is Butler better than Paul George? Facts. Can Butler? Fact in question: can Butler come to Cleveland and improve Cleveland better than Paul George? Fact in question: can Paul George come to Cleveland and Uh, beat Golden State with the team they have now? That's including Iguodala not leaving. Okay, we already know Thompson's not going nowhere, so we don't have the big three. We have the big four. Okay, see, that's what I want you guys to look at. Don't look at the short run, because some of you guys are looking at the short run of things. I'm like, don't look at the short run. Look at the long run. Look at the only goal that there is, and the only team capable of achieving that goal. There's only one team that's even close to beating that team, and that is Cleveland. So the whole game here is what player are we going to get to defeat Golden State? This is not to compete with Golden State. You got to understand that too. Look, LeBron is not trying to compete with Golden State. He is trying to wipe them off the map. So when you go and start digging for an apex player like Paul George or Butler, and then you start really looking at the situation between the two, you're gonna realize very quickly that they are not going to get Butler. They're not gonna get Butler. Okay, Butler is not going to leave, and I don't think it has anything to do with Butler. It has to do with the NBA itself. Look at the game within the game. I don't think, listen, I would be surprised, and I've been wrong before, but I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't think there's no way that Butler is going to leave for the Bulls at this time in any trade coming up this year. Not unless something catastrophic happens. Why? Because they need a big three on that team to make that team even be in playoff contention. And they already got Wade. So if anything, they're going to keep him there just so they can get another big three, just so the revenue in Chicago can continue. You don't want a sorry team in Chicago right now. That's not what you want. That is a marquee apex team. That is not what you want. It's not financially sound to have the Bulls just completely suck. And that's what's going to happen if you take Butler out of there. I can't financially see that. Y'all got to understand, I follow the money. I follow the ad revenues. I follow the Nelson ratings. You know what I'm saying? I follow the marketing. I've been in marketing for 15 years. I'm going to tell you the hardest marketing to do is guerrilla marketing, where you got to stand out somewhere and make people look at you. You know what I'm saying? But when you're doing that, you're also looking at the crowd. You're also wondering who's going to come up to my product? Who's going to actually buy my product? Who can I pitch to? You know what I'm saying? If you're pitching a new box type of Kleenexes, who can you pitch to? Are you gonna pitch to dads? Do you think dads are gonna buy? You know what I'm saying? No, you're gonna pitch to moms. You're not gonna pitch to single moms. You're gonna pitch to moms with kids, and the more kids, the more. I'm just saying, there's levels to it. This is the way you have to look at basketball. You have to look at the levels to it. You have to look at the inside of the game. And when you start looking at the game, then you'll start seeing exactly what you're supposed to see. This is just not going to happen. This right here is more feasible to happen. This right here is going to happen now. This is going to happen 10 years from now. This is going to happen 5 years from now. That's all it is, people. I'm just trying to tell you. So don't be getting upset about who Cleveland is going to get right now, because I'm telling you what the end game is. The end game, the checkmate game, is Cleveland wins in 2018. And I don't mind being wrong, because I have nothing invested in it. I don't even bet on the games, and I've been right 2 years in a row. I don't bet on the games. I knew I could have won some money in 2016. I knew that right off the jump. I could have put $1,000 on it. I have it. I could have just dropped $1,000 on it. Came out 20 grand in my pocket. I don't bet on the games because I don't want nothing invested in them except my YouTube channel. I make a couple dollars off of this. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? My ad revenues go down. I'm okay with that. It's not a major source of income. It's fun for me. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Just have fun with it. Stop investing so much passion into it. Supreme, thanks for all your links, bro. So you send them so rapidly, I can't even read them all. For one reason, I'm back in school now, so my mind isn't. You guys notice how my videos have slowed down. I'm trying to cram a lot in one video. It's because I'm, trying to learn accounting. That's hard. But okay, so yeah, so listen, it's not even possible that you guys are going to get Butler. And if you get George, is it possible George is going to be the fourth man you need? I'll tell you right now, guys, I don't think so. But if you got anybody, that's who you're going to get. But I just don't think so. And then now you got this whole stir up with Kyrie Irving thinking about leaving. And you got the biggest story where the GM has left. The GM is left. Listen, they didn't re-sign him. They got rid of him, and they got rid of the assistant. That's loud. They got rid of the GM and the assistant. All right. So you guys need to just focus. Like I always say, focus, people. Let's stay focused. Get it. Listen, get an eagle eyes view of the NBA. Don't get a snake eyes view. Get an eagle eyes view of the NBA. Get a view of the NBA. Get a view of the NBA, and then start asking, why in the life of Brand didn't they? Stay still. Yeah, I'm wait till they leave. Ask yourself, why in the life of Brian, Life of Brian, good movie, did they get rid of the GM? Said they got rid of him because he wasn't going in the same direction. It's just like, this dude helped y'all get to three playoffs and one championship. Why would y'all not keep him? See, something's amiss. Something. Listen, and when you're at the level of GM, when you see a GM getting fired from a winning team, a general manager who's been taking you to the top of the game for 3 years straight, who made all of those marquee moves so you can get these players. You're the highest paid team. You guys have everything you want, and you're gonna get rid of the GM as if he's making bad decisions. Listen, I can see getting rid of a GM who's making terrible decisions. I can understand that. I can see kicking him and his assistant out. Right on their ass. Get out. You suck. But when you got a GM who's doing everything right, and he disagrees with you and you get rid of him, see, now LeBron is mad. And now they're warning Butler, don't even come here. Now, here's the thing. Why would you warn Butler not to come here? That's what I'm saying. You guys, like, look at that. Why would you say not? Why would you say don't come here? Why? Because they fired the GM? It's like something's not right. I just want you Cleveland fans to relax, get a perspective, and then start looking at the game within the game. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to put energy into this, if you're going to put some passion and some love into it, some love for just hoops itself, like you just love hoops, and you start looking at the team like, I'm saying, try to connect the dots. I'm telling you, it was outside of the general manager's power, his assistant's power. It's outside of LeBron's power, but LeBron still has power. It's outside LeBron's power, and they broke up that network. LeBron and the GM. Okay, let's even go further. Let's even go further than that. LeBron, when he came back, that was a move that was set up by that GM, by that general manager, right? It had to be. It ain't gonna happen without him, right? So he set that move up. Boom, bam, right? Mind you, they were already getting put down. Kyrie Irving was losing all the time. General manager comes in, boom, sets everything up. Sets it up smooth, right? They start winning. When LeBron comes back, boom, LeBron does everything right. He gets Tristan Thompson, this big deal. He's like, I remember when LeBron made that video. He was like, yeah, let's get Tristan Thompson done. Like, he made a video of it. And he was telling you what was gonna happen. He was like, let's get Tristan Thompson done. Boom, got Tristan Thompson done. Thompson got all his money. Everybody happy, right? GM worked all the financial issues out, everything. Boom, made it all work. Boom. This is why Green said you started the super team. You know what I'm saying? This is why he told LeBron, because he's right. LeBron did start that, and he used his GM to do it. LeBron wasn't going to come back unless listen, if that GM wasn't there, LeBron wasn't going to come back to them because that's his boy. He knew how he operates. He knew he can get that GM to get him everything that he wanted and more. He knew that. He got the contract he wanted, he got the players he wanted, and he got the ring that he wanted. Now I know this is a two-part video, but y'all like long videos. And now dude gets fired. Now you guys can talk about LeBron leaving, but not until next year because then his contract is up. But not this year. Not this year. But why would he tell Butler not to come? And listen, when I read the article, thanks Supreme, when I read the article, they said that that other anonymous players would want to help. Okay, let's stop right there. Let's look at the word anonymous. Why would they have to be anonymous? Why couldn't one player, especially as outspoken as Kyrie Irving, who obviously isn't happy, why couldn't he just come right out to Butler and be like, yo, don't come here? Why couldn't that be in the media? Why would you have to hide your words and hide your face? Why would you have to hide who said it? You know what I'm saying? This isn't a crime. Why? I mean, just think about that, guys and ladies. Why would you have to Why would you have to be an anonymous? Why is that? That is a strong word. That is a strong. Why anonymous? I'm talking about Butler. Don't come here. You guys just won a championship a year ago. Why would I not want to come to your team? And then when I was reading the article even more, it said it was the only team that Butler wanted to go to. And then that tells me something when you say Butler wanted. Butler wanted to go to that team. Butler was looking at ways to get out of Chicago. He wanted. But it's not going to happen. This tells me one thing. Butler is not in control of his destiny. This tells me that the NBA is in control of what Butler does. That's what that tells me. Butler, you are not in control. You are not in control, so stay in control. You're not in control, so stay controllable. Stay controllable, buddy. Stay amiable. I'm telling you, there's something ain't right. Why the word anonymous? Why can't I just come out and tell you, yo, I told Butler not to come here? Why isn't this a media frenzy right now? And here's the thing: when they say some players anonymously said it, look, we know it wasn't the dude who is pretty much next to the ball boy making minimum wage. We know it was one of the big six. We know it wasn't some we know it wasn't some bench warmer who didn't see anything. We know it wasn't Deron Williams. We know it wasn't Williams. Williams isn't going to do that. Hell, Williams probably going to get traded anyway. But Williams, and this is why Williams didn't do it. You looking at people who aren't going to get traded. You looking at dudes who are not going to get traded. Who said that? Do not come to Cleveland. Something ain't right. Why would you not go to the number 2 team that pays the most? You getting the most out of your buck over here. Plus, you have the possibility of getting another ring, which is when you look at Iguodala, look at the effect of him winning and him now being worth 20 to 25 million. This is a dude. Who is, of course, he's fifth man maybe, sixth man, whatever. But now he's worth as much as LeBron James in one season. Ew, why? You just gotta ask yourself why. Because his team won. And you got Cleveland, who's paying everybody properly. Why would Butler not want to go there? When's the last time Chicago won a championship? I'm telling you, it ain't right. So nah, Butler, don't go to Cleveland. Now they trying to wait to see who their new GM is. It doesn't matter who your new GM is because the GM is not in control. Neither is the owner. And for those of you who think that the owner is in control, you need to go and rewind 2 years ago when that little Asian chick revealed when she was hanging out with Magic Johnson, and she told on her boyfriend, who's an older dude who owned one of these teams, and because she was paying him because she was young and beautiful and the wife is old, and he was paying the young chick, and she recorded him saying that he didn't want her hanging out with the black dudes and the N-word dudes, and she recorded that. And they say he couldn't have his team or whatever. He couldn't be in a, however it went. I don't know what his full punishment was, but I know he got punished and he was the owner. Y'all need, if you think these owners are in control, you fooling yourself. Butler ain't in control, the GMs ain't in control, and the owners ain't in control. So I'm gonna leave all that right there because I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments on it, and that's fine. And I'm gonna try to actually hold a conversation if I have the stamina to do it, because this accounting is I suck at accounting. But I'm trying to tell you, man, the NBA is fixed. You know what I'm saying? It's super fixed. Butler, dude. Butler, you need to call me, man, so I can give you some advice. And I'm gonna give you free advice too, Butler. I'm gonna give you free advice, Butler. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you some free advice. When you call me, we can go ahead and Skype, have video chat, because I know you got stuff to do, Butler. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if Cleveland is telling you not to come there, just stop. Just don't even think that way anymore. The next time somebody interviews you, act like you never even, like you don't have nothing to do with it. Like, what? Cleveland? Yeah, well. And then talk up the Bulls. Like, yo, we going to be dope this year. You know what I'm saying? We looking at getting so-and-so. We about to, I don't know how he talks, but we about to be dope. We're going to have, this big three. We're looking at playoff contention. We're going to bring a whole section up, yada, yada, yada. Like, talk up your team. Talk up your team to the media. Like, make them, like, yeah, Butler, make them scared because they're going to keep asking you about it. What about can be like, oh, yeah, but this year we going to do this, that, and the other. But what about, you know what I'm saying? Treat them like beast mode. Yeah, we going to be dope this year. But are you thinking about going to Cleveland? Yeah, we going to be dope this year. It's your boy Tone Show too, man. You Cleveland fans, relax. God loves you, man. It's your boy Tone.